Hello guys, this is Adit. Welcome to my channel Movement Science, where I simplify biomechanics with Joe. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing because I simplify biomechanics here and also talk about lot of ortho topics and lot of clinical applications which you can use in your daily practice. Also check me out on Instagram where I post daily MCQs and also pictures of my notes. The reference time for all the topics that I'm going to cover will be mentioned down in the description. So without any further ado, let's dive into the topic. In this video, we are going to talk about the ACROMIOCLAVICULAR joint structure. We will look at the articulating surfaces and then we will look at the ligaments that attach around this joint, which provides the stability to the acromioclavicular joint. So to begin with, this joint is a plain synovial joint which provides mobility to the scapula. The articulation of this joint is very incongruent, that is, the facets of clavicle and acromion. So if you see, the clavicle over here articulates with the acromion process of the scapula, right? So these articulating surfaces are very incongruent and they are very variable. That is, in some person it might be flat, in some person it might be concave, convex, or vice versa. So if you see the facet over here, it is slightly concave, but I would still call it flat surface. And over here also it is a flat surface, but I would still call it a slightly convex. So these articulating surfaces, they are very variable. And more vertical the articulation, it is more prone to wearing off effect of the shear forces. So your clavicle articulates with the scapula like this. So if the articulation is more vertical, there are more chances of your clavicle dislocating, that is the AC joint dislocating over here at this joint. But if it is a flat joint, it will be more stable, right? Even if there is some force on the clavicle from top, it won't go for dislocation because it is a flat surface. Whereas if there is a force and if it's a vertical articulating surface, it will easily go for a shear force. Shear force is basically two parallel forces in the opposite direction. So basically clavicle pushed upwards and this scapula pushed downwards. So when that happens, if it's a vertical articulating surface, the chances of wearing off is more due to the shear force. Now apart from that, if you look at the structure, there is a capsule around this structure and also the ligaments, which we will look at shortly. So inside the joint there is a AC disc similar to the SC disc. There is a AC disc over here which is miniscoid, and it is basically a fibrocartilagenous remnant that is present in the joint. So somewhat like in the knee joint, how meniscus provides the force absorption and increases the congruency. Similarly, over here the AC disc also does a similar kind of function. Now let's look at the ligaments of the acromioclavicular joint. There are the two main ligaments, that is the superior and inferior AC ligaments. So this is the proper AC joint, and the ligament which is present inferiorly is the inferior AC ligament, and the superiorly present is the superior. So blue and the red one that you can see are the superior and inferior AC joint ligaments. Now these ligaments, what they do is they prevent anterior posterior forces. They resist anterior posterior forces and they are reinforced by your trapezius and deltoid muscle. So if you look at the Joe, his AC joint will be present somewhere over here, right? So his trapezius will be coming from top like this and resting on the AC joint. And again the deltoid over here at the side will again reinforce these superior and inferior AC joint ligaments, which will prevent anterior and posterior translatory forces on this joint. So those were the main AC joint ligaments. Then coming to the coraco-clavicular ligament. So this is the coracoid process of the scapula, and this part of the scapula is connected to your clavicle by two other ligaments, that is the coraco-clavicular ligament. So if I take the bone over here, this is your coracoid process and this is your clavicle, right? So clavicle articulates like this over here, and then there are the two ligaments which are present over here and one over here, right? Both these ligaments, they stabilize your clavicle at the shoulder joint. So these two ligaments are basically the conoid ligament and the trapezoid ligament. The conoid ligament is arranged vertically. Now, how do we remember that it is arranged vertically? So that's why I made this cone with my clay, and the cone can stay upright, right? So it has a vertical alignment or a vertical direction, whereas the trapezoid, I made a trapezoid too, is very flat, so it cannot stay vertical, it will just fall off. So that's why it has a horizontal alignment. Having a vertical alignment, it prevents superior and inferior forces, and the trapezoid has a horizontal alignment, so it prevents posterior translation on the distal part of the clavicle. Now I'll show you this with the cloth. So if you take the scapula again over here, and if this is your ligament, I'll take the ligament and arrange it vertically, right? So if the conoid is present vertically, this vertical alignment will prevent superior forces on the AC joint, right? The AC joint is over here, articulating like this, and when it is attached to your coracoid like this, vertically, it will prevent vertical or the superior forces. Whereas if it's in the horizontal direction, that is this direction, what will it prevent? It will prevent antero-posterior. So if it's horizontal like this, it will prevent it from going posteriorly. See, if you can see, it will prevent it from going posteriorly, and that is the function of your trapezoid ligament. Both the coraco-clavicular ligament, they provide joint stability during push, that is fall on the outstretched hand, and they are also involved in clavicular rotation, that is arm elevation. So when your scapula is like this and you are elevating your arm, I said that the clavicle over here, it backwardly rotates, right? In our SC joint motion video, we saw that the clavicle rotates backwardly. The inferior part of the clavicle comes anteriorly. So it has a role to play in the clavicular rotation too. Now let's summarize the topic. We studied about the acromioclavicular joint structure, that is a plain synovial joint which has a small disc in it. It is incongruent, where it is variable, the articulation is very variable, and if it's more vertical, it is more prone to injuries. Then we went to the ligaments. There was the superior and inferior AC joint ligaments, and then the coraco-clavicular ligaments, that was the conoid, which was vertical, and the trapezoid, which was horizontal. Okay, before finishing the video, I would request you guys to please like the video if you really find it helpful, because a lot of effort goes into drawing these diagrams and making this happen. So please like the video and share it with your friends. With that note, I'll finish off the topic. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, please share it with your friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Also, let me know in the comment section what other videos you would like me to cover. Thank you for watching.